Jessica Finsel. This is a quick tutorial on some basic Google site information. First of all, in my Google account, and then you want to click on the apps bar. You click on the apps bar and you want to click on sites. And now if you're on your personal Gmail, you might have to go to more and even more Google and look for the sites icon. But I'm in a Google Apps account, and so it is part of the primary apps that we can choose from. So I'm going to go ahead and click on sites. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a site. I'm going to go ahead and hit create. And I personally, when I teach Google Sites, I strongly recommend that you use a blank template. It is like building a site from scratch instead of going from the gallery and trying to learn it backwards. So I'm going to recommend choosing a blank template. I'm just going to call it Test 101. You can customize the URL. Your URL of your Google site will be the entire address here, plus what you put here. I personally don't like hyphens, so I'm going to take out the hyphens out. I'm going to select the theme. I'm going to tell you you can customize your theme that you choose, but I'm going to choose the first basic one. And then you can scroll down and more options. You could put site categories, which is another name of tags. I'm just going to say Test 101. But if this is a real site, you want to put some tags in there. And you could put a site description or whatever you choose to. Then you click on the big red button and hit create. And give it a second to create your website. Now you'll notice I have a basic website. When I teach this class, there's something I always say. There's a few tools that you need to know. First of all, you need to know the pencil. The pencil will edit the page that you're on. So if I click on the pencil, it will edit this particular page. You'll notice a web editor will appear. You have menus up here. You have the bold, italicized, underline, all that stuff that you're used to seeing. That is how you edit this page. Then you save your changes. The second tool, this is how you add a new page. Click on New Page, and I'm going to say Contact Page. This is also different types of pages that you're going to use. 90% of the time you're going to use a web page. The other 20% of the time you're going to either use a file cabinet or a list in my experience. And for basic website, I would always put it at the top level. Obviously, you could put it inside a different level. For example, if you have history and then you have your different courses underneath it, you could put it underneath. But this particular case, for people I train, 90% of the time you just need it at the top level. Go ahead and hit create. Shortly, you will see I have now a contact page and it defaults to the edit mode. I could go ahead and type this up, put my information in there. I could go up here and do different formats, different layouts. I can add a table. I can do some different things with the format, insert. Look at all these different things I can insert. I can insert a Google Drive. I can insert a chart. All different stuff you can insert. Again, this is just a quick tutorial on basic information on the Google site. So once I click on save, then my other pet peeve then is I do not like the add files and the comments on a Google site. I think it looks sloppy. So what I always tell people, the next thing you do is you go to the More button and go to Page Settings. Then I always uncheck Allow Comments and Allow Attachments and hit Save. Please note this has other information on this page setting. Okay, so we've gone over the pencil, the New Page, and the More button. So those are the three buttons that you need to know. But inside the More button, there are a few other things that I want to mention. Manage Site is the next tool that you want to click. Click on Manage Site, and this is the behind the scenes of your Google site. Inside here has some other information that you're probably not going to play too much with. Please make note the ones that you need to know is the sharing permissions. You don't want your site to be private because then no one can see it, so that will be something you need to change, and change it to anyone with a link or public on the web, or specific people if this is a more private website. Go ahead and hit save. And the thing that people like to play with the most is the themes, colors, and fonts. People really want to customize their site to their personality. Inside here is where you can customize the different things, and it does help you and tells you what you change. For example, if I click on the entire page and I choose a background color of orange, you'll notice what it changes down here is what the preview is will change on your site. So if I want the background of the entire page to be orange, if I hit save and I go back to the site right here, Test 101, you'll notice my website now has an orange background. So you can customize your site. All right, so now we went to the More Managed Site. And the other thing that you really need to know to really understand Google Sites is Edit Site Layout. Let me click on Edit Site Layout, and you'll notice now you have this navigational bar up here. Do you notice if I hover over the header, it gives me the option to edit a site header. So if I want to click on this, it gives me some options in this pop-up window. For example, if I don't want the logo Atlantic Community School District, I can take that off, or I can customize it. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Now, I prefer the horizontal navigational bar, but the default over here is the sidebars on the left-hand side. If I click on the sidebar right here, it will go away. Now I have no sidebar, but I still need navigational toolbar. So, like I said, I prefer horizontal. I think it looks like a more professional website, but it does not matter. It's whatever you choose. If I click on horizontal, now if I hover over here, if I hover down here, it says now I need to add those pages. Now, I only have 2 pages to this website. Home, which always needs to be there, and I have the contact page. Well, I can go ahead and click on Add the page and hit Contact Page and hit OK. I can also move this if I wanted to. I could indent this if I choose to, and so on. I could delete it if I choose. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm also going to change it to tabs. And I'm going to go ahead and OK. Give it a second. Now you'll notice over here I have a contact page. Now I could put the sidebar back on. And maybe I want to add another thing over here on the left-hand side. This sidebar right here is a navigational sidebar item. That is a sidebar item. If I want to add another sidebar item, I can click on the plus button and look at all the different options that you can do. You could add a text box. You can add navigation. I like the countdown. If I choose the countdown, maybe I want to do the first day of school, the last day of school. I can do last day of school. And I choose a date. We'll just pretend it's going to be March 28th. And I hit OK. You'll notice now I have a sidebar item. You can also customize the site width. I always recommend 96 pixels, and I can hit return. That's a good size website. So then I'm going to go ahead and close. So now my site is already kind of built. But if I want to edit this page, remember you click on the pencil. That makes you edit the particular page that you're on. The other icon that I mentioned is the plus sign, the more button, and again, the only 2 buttons that you really need to know in here is the edit site and manage site. That will get you to navigate through a Google site. I do believe a Google site can be a little clunky sometimes, but I think if you know those 4 tools, you will be able to navigate through a Google site. Again, if you have any questions, you may contact me through Twitter or my email. Thank you so much. Have a great day.